Hi, I'm here with Matthias Langwasser here in Kauai. And this series is looking at remineralization for tropical soils. But Matthias is from Germany. He's done a lot of permaculture and remineralization. And I thought it would be really worthwhile to talk about his experiences in Germany. So here we go.
Yeah.
So Matthias, tell us about your work with permaculture and remineralization.
Well, so I had a permaculture project in Germany, which is about, the size was like 2.5 hectares, which is like, well, you have different measurements here.
5 acres.
So, yeah, okay. So a quite big piece of land, and it was in a beautiful location in Germany in the middle of the forest. And I was living there for 7 years, growing my own food and my own fruits, my own vegetables, and having this very, I don't know how you would call this, self-sustainable kind of life,
Yes.
where I like was totally independent from the outside, so I had my own water, my own electricity, and so on and so on. Yeah.
Wonderful, so self-sustaining.
Yeah.
And as a part of that, I believe that you decided to try out remineralization.
Yeah, so the thing is that it was a very special location because we had like pure sand soil, and pure sand soil is like, you know, like when you go, it's the same thing like you go to the beach, the kind of sand you find there, this was the soil we had. And then the groundwater was 20 meters deep. So it was like a place, like a desert place. And now, so we had to like find all kinds of solutions in order to really enhance that soil. So one thing, several things which I did was I connected to a place nearby where they how do you say that? They take stones out of the earth and they use that stones like little stones.
A quarry?
You know,
A quarry.
yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they use then, and this is what they use to build streets or to build houses and so on.
Yes.
And so it just happened that I was driving by and I saw that place. Like they dig this huge hole where they like get all these little stones out, and then I could see that they had this clay, so they had like real clay soils there, and then they also had like stone meal.
Yes.
So I was just asking them if they could deliver, because they had like trucks, like huge trucks being there and working with the little stones and digging stuff out. So I was asking them if they would be able to bring me a lot of clay, you know, like several loads of clay and several loads of the stone meal. And they just did it for a very little money.
Mm.
So and then so I had like this mountains of stone meal and of clay on my land. And then like, yeah, every day I had this wheelbarrow and I was going out like at like 100, 200 wheelbarrows per day. I was going around, and then I put like clay and stone meal on around the trees, around all the fruit trees, and also I had like a huge piece of land where I was cultivating vegetables, and so we were bringing this clay and this stone meal to this vegetable garden too, you know, to really enhance the soil. And we had very good results.
Did you apply it often or just once? How were you applying it to the vegetable garden?
Well, the thing is that the clay I applied like once, and then the stone meal I did, yeah, also not several times.
So did you put it just on the surface, or did you work it into the soil?
I just put it on the surface, and then while you work with the ground, it then also starts to go deeper.
Yes.
Because you do all kinds of things like to take wild herbs out or to plant new things in. So And then, so it was like more rough stone meal, a little bit rougher. So that would then, by the time, give more and more nutrients.
Yes, over time.
Yes, yes.
Be breaking down.
And breaking down and somehow melting with the earth.
So, sounds like you were creating nutrient-dense vegetables for sure with the rock dust, and probably you experienced it in that way, that the vegetables had a high nutritional content?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's somehow really, I mean, to use the rock dust is an ideal way to give you the best minerals you can ever imagine, because you just give a lot of minerals to the earth, and the plants just taking that out what they really need, and then you have like this perfect mix or perfect blend of minerals in the plants. So that is, well, in my opinion, the best way to give you like really potent minerals over the plants. Well, you feed the plants first, and then the plants give it back to you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you said that you did it several times. Can you tell me how often you did it, or when you decided to do it, why you decided to do it, or?
Well, I really have to remember very hard, because it's like
it's
10 years ago.
Yes.
I was studying like permaculture, and I was studying like organic gardening, and then I figured out. I mean, I was reading about bentonite or stone meal, and it made totally sense to me to really give a lot of minerals to the soil, and because I mean often we have mineral lack nowadays in our society, you know.
We have a great deficiency.
Yes, and also the soils. They also have more and more lack of basically anything what a soil normally should have. So it's really important that when we, for example, when we harvest vegetables, and we harvest, we also have to give something back, you know.
Yes.
So if you always take out, and then it's logic that the soil is losing more and more of its value, and of course it's not the same thing if you give like artificial nutrients.
Yes.
Because that's not really what gives a deep value into the ground.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Any other observations or anything you would like to say about it?
I can just share that it always felt so good to go out and, you know, put those this stone meal into the wheelbarrow, and then to
yes.
take the shovel and to give it to the trees and give it to the vegetables, and I just it was so much just to feel how you really give this nutrients to the soil, and to really enhance this place and also enhance your own food. It was just really amazing.
That's wonderful. Don Weaver often talks about giving back to the earth, and that's